All right, peace, y'all. This entire history lesson is going to go in reverse. So we're going to start with current, and then we're going to go backwards, right? Now, one of the main reasons for this presentation is to show you how religion is connected to the royal family, okay? And religion connected to the royal family, and religion has been used as a tool to conform and to colonize and to get power over the people on the land. Okay, that's pretty much the whole purpose of this. I know you know it, but I kind of need you to see it so you can really understand it. Now, from my observation, the Bible was thrown in there, okay? Mainly because the adversary must give you access to the truth before it begins its attempt to tear you down. 100%. Once the adversary can find its way, the spirit can find its way to give us the truth in any shape, form, or fashion it pleases, it can continue on with the process of its goal. Let's continue. What brought about this was my interest in what life was like before colonization and empires and rulership. What was it like? And from my investigation, life was about living off the land. Life was about cultivating the land. Life was about not only creating your own boxes, your own enjoyment, but your life was about being focused and centered on the land and growth and cultivating the land and being creative. Empires and structures and all these things came into play so that control could be an aspect. Okay? Another thing that I was observed is the manner in which black people, brown people in present day, the manner we see ancient Egypt is kind of like how people might see our presidents in maybe 1,000 years. 1,000 years, people might really be outside dressed up like Barack Obama, dressed up like Ben Henson, dressed up like Donald Trump, trying to call themselves Donald Trump, calling themselves Barack Obama, call themselves George Bush, because that's exactly what you do when you call yourself by these ancient pharaoh names. See, these ancient pharaohs were nothing more than old school ancient presidents. That's all they were, who 9 times out of 10 treated the common woman and the common man like shit because of power. And all of us have been trained to do what? Go after power. Let's enjoy. Because the solution, what I want us to get from this problem, right, is that we have to stop leaning on dictatorship and leadership, and we have to go towards autonomy and govern yourselves accordingly and get back to working with the ground, the water, the air, the fire. See, working with those elements is exactly what the adversary did to be innovative and create technology, because we know technology, electricity comes from the ground. They did this to the detriment of those they were trying to take over. We must do this to the upliftment of one another and each other, because that is how we will sustain this planet, ourselves, and everything else that inhabit it. So let's enjoy this quick little lesson. Okay, this is our real life. We live under Rome, right? And Queen Elizabeth was the last leader. As you can see, the next will be Charles. Now, slavery in America began in 1916, but slavery came by way of Christopher Columbus. You'll see why that's important soon. Now, these clergy members are all the lineage of this Roman Empire that we're ruling under, which is pretty much the Catholic Church, right? I'm showing you what's happening during these times and how they're connected to these people. These are all predecessors of Queen Elizabeth. Now, during the reign of these individuals, religion was already alive and well. The Bible was only in Latin; only certain people could have it. So it was a jewel that these people kept to use to control the people with. Even at that time, they thought the church was corrupt. People have always thought that the church was corrupt. Some people felt like the Bible had truth in it, but the people who were in charge of it had no truth in them. So some people were fighting to get the Bible out of their possession of these leaders, but in the possession of the people. And one of those people was William Tyndale. Okay, he actually wrote a version of the Bible, and he was killed because he wanted it in English. King James' Bible comes from William Tyndale's Bible. Now, all this is during what time? This right here, this Roman Empire reign. That Bible that was only Latin, that they didn't want to be translated, these are the people. Now, under King Henry VII is when Christopher Columbus began his journey with America. Thank you for Google's honesty. Columbus made his transatlantic voyage under the sponsorship of Ferdinand II and Isabella I. The Catholic monarchs of Aragon, Castile, and Leon in Spain, directly connected. This is awesome. These are just more predecessors of Queen Elizabeth. And it's crazy because the Egyptian dynasty, all these different empires, they all look exactly the same. Taking away freedom from the people and marginalizing them. It's amazing. Let's keep going. Now, I hope you're looking at the dates, okay? Because we're getting ready to come up to what was happening during 300 AD. So before that first ruler in Rome, Rome was building, right? Because I wanted to know what was happening before 300 AD. And AD stands for Year of the Lord, and BC stands for Before Christ, or BCE, that's Before Christ era. BE, I guess the beginning era, they're trying to leave out Christ. Whatever, right? Whatever. I'm just trying to help you understand what these abbreviations mean. So like I said, I wanted to know what was going on before, right? Before, what was going on in America while all this was happening. Well, as you can see right here, what was going on was lots and lots of cultivation. Living off the land. Living off the land. Pottery. People was chilling, minding their business. And it seems like every pre-Columbus, pre-Egyptian, pre-Greece era, people are just chilling and minding their business. But during the reigns of all these different eras, it's absolutely chaotic. But it makes sense because after a while, people just stop understanding autonomy, living off the land. So yeah, right here, pre-Christ, before Christianity. This is just explaining BC. And we're still going backwards, right? So because we're going backwards, that means before this Roman Empire, it was a whole bunch of empires and shit in between. But even before them, it was Egypt, one of the first. What? So I'm gonna help you out right now, right? AD, right? Right now we count from lowest to highest. BC is from highest to lowest. So the higher the number in BC, the further away it is to us, right? So 1 BC is closer to our time than 3000 BC. And right now, our time is 2020 AD. 2022, my bad. 2022 AD. All my Egyptian enthusiasts and all that, I went through it very, very briefly. But here's your time. Here are all the rulers of Egypt. These are all predecessors of Hatshepsut and all of them. Look, Amenhotep. This is your time. Atmos. There we go. Look, there we go. Yep. Now, they ruled differently. They were closer to nature 100%. 100%. They regarded nature 100%. And I believe that is a part of their wealth, but I also believe a part of the downfall is how they treated the people. And I've come to understand that these power-hungry black folk over in ancient Egypt at the time were innovative. They were amazing. They were as innovative as the capitalists of today, creating different languages and technologies. Yes, that's exactly what they did. Yes, they got that from us. So they did get that from us. But clearly, we've always had trouble using this gift. Come on, keep going. Let's keep going. So more background about everything being tied to that royal family. What's going on in 1650, pre-America, pre-Africa. All these is, now we're going to talk about pre. People was minding their motherfucking business. You going to see shit talking about 6500 BC. That predates ancient Egypt, okay? People was minding their business. Minding their motherfucking business. So what is all this information, what I'm really trying to give you with this information is, this is what I mean by you gotta denounce capitalism. You gotta denounce all of this stuff, right? And understand that this stuff is the real reason for all your capitalistic problems. This stuff right here is the real reason for your capitalistic problems. And what is this? A whole bunch of fucking boxes and ideas that are keeping you from living and cultivating with nature like they did pre every empire, like we do. Mind our business. So this is also the reason why people are low on energy, because all of the energy has always been forced to go to all of these different boxes and agendas. Look, King Sargon of Akkad. What? 4,000 years ago. It's not even that long ago. But look, pre-Egypt. Come on, man. Pre-dynastic Egypt. Pre-Egypt, pre-America, we was just chilling, still creative, still amazing, still innovative, chilling. But back then they called it culture. So instead of admiring and trying to recreate the things of the past, let's just take different elements that we've learned and move forward, because that's what I'm trying to do. Shout outs to the Street Poets Den. Shout outs to Street Poets NYC for life. And they call us millennials, right? But honestly, we just the ones that brought that new thing. That ain't no capitalism thing going on over here. We work together. Autonomy is back. We govern ourselves accordingly. We keep the peace because we are that. It's a whole new thing. And I'm glad we're all a part of it. Peace, y'all. See you at the show. That's not promo, my bad.